W.
All right, so we're going to summarize what we've learned so far. If we want to move something, translate means just slide it. This is going to be horizontal if it's inside the parentheses. And let's just make sure I put a little star here. X is a liar.
W.
X is a liar. Bad news. So X, if you see X minus in a parentheses, that actually moves it right. And if you see X plus in a parentheses, it moves it to the left. Okay. After the parentheses, or with no parentheses, if you see something at the end, adds up or down, that's a vertical translation, and it is as it seems. Plus is up, minus is down. Okay? So putting it together then, this part, right and left, X is a liar, this part, up and down. So now we're going to look at things that have both in them. Okay? So remember how it moved the parabola? We're going to think of it as moving that vertex. That vertex used to be at 0, 0. We call this then vertex form. Because when something's written like that, the new vertex I can figure out by figuring out how it moved. That's essentially what we're learning. Okay. So if this moves h units to the right and k units up, think about that. H, k would be our new vertex. So let's write that down. So when something is written this way, we find the vertex, need a highlighter, by looking here and here. All right, do you remember the axis of symmetry and what it is? Line in the middle goes through the vertex, right? So now the vertex is at HK. My vertical line is going to be x equals whatever this number is. So we'll call it H. That's going to be my new axis of symmetry. Okay. What we're also going to see sometimes are vertical stretches or shrinks, which is in front. And how do we tell if this opens up or down?
I was gonna ask, like, if the parabola is sideways, would it be like K for the axis of symmetry? Like on the y-axis?
Good question. So sideways parabolas, and you're not gonna learn them this year. Like, we're not gonna study them, but that is an interesting question. So when they open like this, then instead it's like that. And you're talking the axis, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the axis would be y equals, and it would go through the y coordinate of the vertex instead. Yeah. There was a homework question on one of the pages about that. All right. If A is positive, if A is a positive number, the parabola is going to open up. And A is less than 0, that means negative. The parabola opens. Okay. It's a 0.
It looks like an O on or something.
Add a Z-E-R to the front. 0. That's how you spell 0. Never mind. Okay. So how do we tell if it's wider or narrower? You guys are getting that. If A is, I'm going to say the absolute value because I know it could be positive or negative, but if you're looking at the number itself and it's a number bigger than 1, that's going to make it narrower. We called it also a vertical stretch. Can I abbreviate vertical stretch as STR? Do you know what that means? Did I do that?
Okay. Straight. Let's say vert.
Okay.
Let's say vert.
If the absolute value of A, or I'm going to say it's between 0 and 1. It's like a decimal, okay? I'll say like this. If it's between 0 and 1, I guess the absolute value too, like 0.5 or 1/3 or 2/3 or 0.7, then it gets wider. We call that a compression. Gosh, that's bad handwriting. Can you see what that means? I'm going to rewrite that right here.
What does?
So if it's between 0 and 1, yeah, I just.
Are you tagging something? That's what they call it when you graffiti something.
Oh, graffiti.
A tag is like
Yes.
your signature thing.
Yes,
It's like a.
yes. So go ahead and start making those on trains and stuff. Okay.
But you told me to do it.
What is the vertex of this parabola?
Oh,
Oh, let's do that.
4-2.
Okay,
No,
so
3-2.
here's what we're doing. So we're going to identify our vertex. It's,
There's no money in that.
is that right? Is he right? 4, 2.
No, I was talking about the other one.
Okay.
The one in
I
the
shouldn't have trusted you. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Okay. All right. So also, do you notice it's opening down? Okay. And then let's do our thing. This is, I'm not going to lie, this is not the easiest thing in the world to put it all together. It goes over 1, down 2. What's A?
Oh.
Yeah, A is 2, but it's going to be negative because it's opening down. Okay, you ready? Let's put it all together. The function is y equals -2. How did we get the -2? Think of it as the rate of change.
God, I missed it.
Okay, it's going down 2 over 1. Parentheses x minus 3 squared plus 4. Don't worry, we'll do another one. We can do some other ones together too if this isn't making sense. Okay, let's move. Now what if I gave you this? Let's first identify the vertex. Remember, X is a liar, liar, pants on fire. So we have this, and we have this. So if it was at 0, 0, how did it move? It moved. Well, let's do this part first. Left 4, up 2. So now the vertex instead of 0, 0 is left 4 up 2. It's actually left 4 is at -4,
But it's pop.
2. Okay, so I'm going to plot that. -4, 2. There's my new vertex. It was right here when it was the parent function, and now it's here. Okay. Braden says it's opening up. And the reason why is because BC, A is greater than 1. A is 3, right? So then all I want for your sketch is would you do your rate of change? So from your vertex, you're going to go over 1, up 3 on either side, and we're going to sketch a picture. So I go over 1, up 3, 1, 2, 3 on this side. I go over 1, up 3 on this side, and there's my parabola.